What's up, guys? I want just what I want this afternoon or this evening to do a little video talking more about the inghams. So I did a little video talking about this, earlier on, talking about his business with Isla holding a knife against her sister's neck, sort of. And obviously, a lot of people have been talking about that, have been concerned about that for good reason. I mean, that's not exactly normal behaviour. At the end of the day, I think people are more shocked by the fact that Sarah was kind of laughing and joking about it. Like that's what's caused more of the concern. It's not only the fact that Isla did something like that, but more the fact that Sarah was kind of laughing and joking about it. When she probably should have told Isla off for doing something like that, because that's obviously not something she should be doing. Holding a knife or holding a knife like that against her sister's neck. I mean, obviously they'll justify that and say, "Oh, well, it was a plastic knife. It wasn't, it wasn't a real one." But even if it's a plastic knife, she still shouldn't be holding a knife towards her sister's neck like that. It's not. To me, that's not normal behaviour, and I think that's been influenced by them watching a lot of movies that they're probably not really old enough to watch. Because we know that the Inghams do let the kids watch, particularly Isla and Esme watch a lot of films that they probably shouldn't be watching because they're not old enough to watch them. More particularly Isla, who is only 11 years, well, no, 13 rather. Obviously, he only just turned 13 this year. It's. I mean, the thing that concerns me is what if the younger kids, like Jace and Mila, what if they, or, whatever, or Aurora, see their younger, see their older siblings doing that. My concern is that they will try to copy what they might see their kids, their older siblings doing something like that and try to copy that. And I wouldn't want the younger kids to copy what their older siblings are doing, especially when they're doing things like that. I mean, I know a lot of people have been talking about, I him Mila the other day, and I know that part was kind of picked out of, I think it was Esme's vlog that it was in. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm not going to talk too much about that. I mean, yeah, maybe Isla shouldn't have done, you know, they shouldn't have done that. I mean, I don't think that she was intentionally trying to hurt her sister or anything like that. I mean, she's even said that she was just, it was just playful. It wasn't, an act of aggression or anything like that, or an act of violence. But I don't know what to make of it. I think we've seen a few things in the vlogs recently that I would say are cause for concern. The one thing that really worries me is the stairs. Because obviously they hit concrete stairs, and there's nothing like across the stairs stopping kids from falling down them. Like especially the younger ones. It's not so much the older ones I'm too worried about. It's more the younger three that I'm worried about. About falling. I'm worried that they might fall down the stairs, and obviously there's nothing stopping them from doing that. Um, I think especially where if you have a kid that is Aurora's age, you should definitely have a stair gate in the house, and they need a stair gate. Every time I see those kids near those stairs, I'm terrified. I'm very, very scared that one day one of those kids is going to end up falling arse over tit down, arse over tit down the stairs. Obviously, I wouldn't want that, nobody would want that to happen, but I guess I guess you can't help but fear that that could happen one day. And there's not really anything there to stop the kids from being able to do that. To be able to stop the kids from falling down the stairs. If they did fall down the stairs, there's nothing stopping them from doing that. There's no stair gate there. There's nothing else. Or nothing there to kind of stop. Across the stairs to stop that from happening. I mean, you look at that vlog the other day. Both Mila and Aurora were dangerously, dangerously close to the stairs, and Sarah was completely oblivious. Like, she wasn't even paying attention to the fact, or, even acknowledging the fact that the two younger ones, Mila and Aurora, are so dangerously close to the stairs. She should have been making sure that they got, she should have been putting, like, getting them away from the stairs before one of them went also to sit down. You know, that's just my 2 cents on it. I mean, that concerns me more than anything is the fact that there's not a stair gate on the stairs. Like, there's nothing stopping kids, particularly the younger three from going also to sit down the stairs, which I fear could happen one day. Obviously everyone's been talking about the vlog from the other night, talking about the thumbnail. I do think the thumbnail was extremely bad, and I think that it warrants the vlog being taken down. I think that, YouTube should take the vlog down, or they should make, or Chris himself should be made to take that vlog down and change the thumbnail. I mean, I would understand if I mean, the thing is, so many people, it amazes me the fact that so many people have reported, the video for that thumbnail, and they haven't actually done anything about that. I mean, don't get me wrong, but, I mean, if it was only, I would understand if only one person had actually reported that vlog for the thumbnail. But the fact that I feel like the fact that so many people have reported that vlog should warrant YouTube doing something about it. Surely if YouTube receive a large number of complaints about a vlog, surely they have to look into things. And I do think he should be made. Either they should take YouTube should take the vlog down, or Chris Ingham himself should be made to take the vlog down and change the thumbnail. At the end of the day, he shouldn't really have to be made to do that. He should have the decency himself to do the right thing and actually take that vlog down and remove and actually change the thumbnail. As of the time of recording, he hasn't done that. The vlog is still up. The thumbnail is still the same. That hasn't been changed, and I think, in all honesty, he should be made to take that video down and change the thumbnail. Either YouTube take the video down, or he himself should be made to take the video down and change that thumbnail. Because that thumbnail was really, really bad. It actually made me laugh, the fact that somebody I found was saying that there was nothing wrong with it. Like, I can't understand how anybody could look at that thumbnail and go, but there's nothing wrong with it. That amazes me, because if you look at that thumbnail, you can see that there's a lot of things that were wrong with that thumbnail. The fact that he was exaggerating that, Isabel's injury and making it look like it was worse than it actually was, is unbelievable. It's like, why would you do that? I mean, the last couple of vlogs they've uploaded, obviously Thursday night's one and last night's one, were both a bit clickbaity. To be fair, I don't think. I mean, obviously I have to laugh at the way that they always call it clever marketing. Like, it's not marketing; it's blatant bloody clickbait. And I think at the end of the day, it reeks of pure desperation. I mean, I think I think they know that. I think the reality of the situation is that Sarah and Chris know that they are in a dire situation. They know that, they can see that the vlogs are not pulling in many views at the moment. But I think at the end of the day, it's not hard to see why the vlogs are struggling for views, because it's just basically the same thing now practically every day. They don't really show anything different. It's always shopping, beaches, swimming pools, and eating out. That's basically what we see. I mean, obviously, as I said, I do think that it is a bit concerning, either holding, the knife towards Esme's throat like that. That is very concerning behaviour. That's not. I mean, that's not normal behaviour. I know some people might think that people are making it out to be something it's not, but I don't really think anyone's doing that. I don't really think it's a case of anyone making it out to be something it's not. I think that people are just saying things as they see it, and people are obviously very concerned because of some of the things that we've been seeing in recent vlogs that they've uploaded. Particularly the behaviour from Mila, hitting Mila over, not Mila, Aurora, hitting Aurora over, holding a knife to Esme's throat like that. I know for a fact that if I'd done that to my sister, if I'd held a knife to my sister's, to my sister's throat, plastic or not, I know I would have gotten into serious trouble for that. I probably would have been skinned alive. That's not even a word of a lie. My parents probably would have skinned me alive if I'd held a knife to my sister's throat the way that Isla did. My parents wouldn't have been sat there laughing and joking about that. That's not so. At the end of the day, that's not something that Sarah should be laughing or joking about. That is serious. The fact that Ida has done something like that, it's serious. It's not something to laugh or joke about. It's not something to, it's something that should be taken seriously. It's something that that she should be disciplined for. Sarah probably should have been having a right go at Isla and telling her off for doing something like that. It's like, why? It's like, what sort of normal parent would laugh or joke about the fact that their child had just done something like that? I mean, that is scary. The fact that Isla's done that. The fact that Isla's done that. You know. But as I said, I think a lot of what we see from them comes from the fact that they're allowed to watch movies that they're not old enough to watch. And if they're it's a bit concerning that I mean, Sarah Ingham was, made that comment about, oh, Isla's in her psycho era. Excuse me, what? Isla's in her what era? Psycho era? I mean, is Sarah actually taking a piss with a comment like that? Isla's in her psycho era. I mean, why would you, what? I'm sorry, what? Isla is in her psycho era, what? I'm sorry, what? My god, man. I mean, the thing I'm shocked about, I'm more shocked by the fact that she was laughing and joking about it. If any other parent would have taken that very, very seriously, and they would have punished their child big time for doing something like that. But not Sarah Ingham. She'd rather, her child's just done that. She's sitting there joking, laughing and joking about it. She's sitting there laughing and joking about something that is not funny at all. She's sitting there laughing and joking about something that she should be taking very seriously. Like she should actually be punishing the hell for that. You know, I mean, I fear that, for the younger kids, I don't want them to start copying what their older siblings are doing. And they'll start copying it, and obviously, they know that their older kids are doing it, and their older kids are not being, they're seeing that, their siblings are doing it, like their older siblings are doing it, and they're not getting told off for that, so they're going to start doing it. It's just like, it's absolutely crazy, like some of the things we've seen in the vlogs. I think if social services had seen some of the things that have been shown in the vlogs recently, they would be concerned as well. Especially especially that provide holding a knife to her sister's throat, and Sarah actually laughing and joking about that. I think even they would question why Sarah was sat there laughing and joking about something like that. I don't think anybody's wrong to question that, because I think a lot of people would look at that and go, well, why the fuck was Sarah laughing and joking about that? But she shouldn't have been. She should have been disciplining Isla for that, because that was serious. That was very serious. You don't do things like that. That, to me, that's not normal behaviour at all. And I don't know how anybody could see it as being perfectly normal behaviour, as that's not perfectly normal behaviour in any sense of the imagination. I've seen normal behaviour, and that's not normal behaviour for me. To me, that it really isn't. I mean, obviously, as I was saying before about the stairs as well, they need a stair gate. I kid you not, every time I see one of those kids going near the stairs, I'm fucking shitting myself. They're gonna go also tick down the stairs. And I wouldn't want any of the kids to do that. I didn't want the kids to do that, but there's nothing stopping that from happening. Because there's nothing across the stairs, like there's no stair gate across the stairs to stop one of those kids from going head over heels down them. Which mark my words, will end up happening one day. Those stairs are an accident waiting to happen, and I've said that I've been thinking that for a while. This isn't something that I've just kind of been, thinking about recently, and have been, it's something that's been playing on my mind for a while. those stairs are an accident waiting to happen. And a lot of people have said that. You know, a lot of people have said that those stairs are an accident waiting to happen, which they are. Same with same with the stairs in the Marble Mansion. There's nothing across those stairs to stop the heat from going all over down them. And I'm surprised that hasn't happened already. You know, I just don't know. I'm lost for words. You know, I am actually, you know, in absolute. You know, I'm disgusted by the fact that Sarah was laughing and joking about what I did. She shouldn't have been laughing and joking about that. You know, why would you laugh and joke about the fact that your child, your 13-year-old daughter, had just held a knife to her sister's throat? Why would you laugh and joke about something like that? Why would you think that was funny? That is not funny at all. That's not a joke. That shouldn't be seen as a joke. That should, you should not be laughing and joking about something like that at all. No normal parent would do that. Most normal parents, if their child did that, fuck me, they'd sting their child alive. You know, they would deal with that a lot more seriously than they wouldn't be sat there laughing and joking about it and and thinking it was funny. No parent would think that. No, if their child did that, no parent would think that was funny. Those kids need serious help. That's all I'm gonna say. Those kids need serious help. If they're doing things like that, Jesus Christ. Maybe it's not a good idea. If they're doing things like that, then maybe it's not a good idea to be letting them watch movies that they're not old enough to watch. Might be an idea, you know. To sit there and say, "Oh well, Isla's in her psycho," we're like, why the fuck would you make a comment like that? Isla's in her psycho, we're like, what the fuck? What sort of normal parent makes a comment like that? Isla's in her psycho. I'm sorry, what? Excuse me? I beg your pardon? What? Like, come on. You know, they're a pair of bloody imbeciles, the two of them. Not to mention him with that disgusting thumbnail the other day, which I can't believe that video hasn't been taken down. You know, and I'm shocked by the fact that he had to be made to take that video down and change that thumbnail, which he should, because the thumbnail was absolutely fucking disgusting. And everyone said that. A lot of people have reported it. You know, it's not just one or two people have reported it. A lot of people have done that. But YouTube haven't done fuck all about it because they don't get. The finish with YouTube is they don't give a shit. You know, I've reported so many different things to YouTube. They just don't give a shit. They do not care at all. You can report anything to them, but they just don't give a damn. They do not give a damn at all. It's actually sickening what people get away with on that. What people get away with on that platform. The fact that people get away. The amount of times I've reported, like if you've watched my channel, I've spoken a lot about the Honey Jolies, and I've gone. I've really ripped into Jonathan in the past over the thumbnails that he uses for his videos because of how bad they are. I've reported his videos a number of times and nothing gets done. So the thing is, although we see something wrong with that thumbnail, we know that thumbnail is really bad. They don't see it like YouTube don't see it like that. YouTube don't see it the way that we do. YouTube don't have that same viewpoint on it that we have. Even Chris, Chris won't see anything wrong with that thumbnail, the fact that he used the thumbnail like that. He knows that people have a go at him for it and will say, well, why the fuck are you using a thumbnail like that? He knew that full well. He knew full well that he would get a few negative comments on that sort, questioning the thumbnail, questioning why the fuck he'd used the thumbnail image like that, which, people have every right to question that, because why is he using a thumbnail like that? And I'm sick of hearing that bullshit about, oh, it's clever marketing. No, it's not clever marketing, it's fucking clickbait. And I think it's actually disrespectful considering what happened at the start in Liverpool at the start of the week as well. And that would be part of the reason why he should have been made to take that video down. You look at the Doherty dozen. Alicia Doherty got a warning from YouTube as one of her siblings and one of her kids was doing a stabbing motion, and she got a warning on that video. Yeah, he's used the video. He's used the video of that thumbnail that he used the other day on Thursday, and he's not being made to take that. So many people have reported that, and he's not actually been made to take that video down. What the fuck? I am lost for words at this. The YouTube doesn't make sense to me. The inghams are fucking brainless, clueless morons. Anyone who defends them is an absolute fucking twat, as Michelle from Life with Mrs. R would say. They are an absolute twat. In every possible sense of the word. I mean, it's just amazing that people looking at that thinking that, oh, I didn't say, no, that's not a way, people looking at that thumbnail the other day saying, oh, there's nothing wrong with that. Hello? He's exaggerated his child's injury and made it look worse than it actually was. Like, honestly to God, man. The iPhone was so fucking stupid. And that goes without saying. They are so fucking stupid. It's unbelievable. I've never seen people who are more stupid than the iPhone. That's all I'm gonna say. So I hope you've enjoyed this little video. I thought I would come on and do a proper video this evening, giving my thoughts on that. I did do another video this afternoon talking about this, but I thought I want to do a proper video this afternoon after I'd had my dinner and do just properly give my thoughts on that and talk about how shocked I was and how appalled and disgusted I was by this. Some of the things we've seen over the last week have been extremely concerning. There's no denying that. It's worrying, it's concerning, it's scary, to be honest. What we're seeing now with the kids and the behaviour that we're seeing with them. What we're seeing with Isla at the moment, her holding a knife against her sister's neck like that. Her hitting Mila, her hitting Aurora, her hitting Aurora over the other day. Like, what's going on there? It seems like Isla's kind of changed a little bit, and I don't like it. And I did not like that comment at all about, the one the comment that Sarah made about Isla being in her psycho era. That just really pissed me off a little bit, to be honest with you. But yeah, I'll see you for another video soon. Have an awesome day. See you later. Bye bye.